Hi everybody, my name is Kabele Gusani. I'm the Associate Identity and Access Management Consultant at Process Technology. In today's section, we're going to have a look at securing an ADF application using Oracle Entitlement 7. We will first look at an overview of the ADF application that we will attempt to secure. We will do a policy modeling and analysis exercise to identify the resources and corresponding actions inside OES. We will then create entitlements and authorization policies in OES that will be invoked from our sample application. We will modify the application to use OES for authorization. For the remainder of this tutorial, it is assumed that you have Oracle Entitlement Server installed. It's assumed that you have RMI SM configured and registered with Oracle Entitlement Server Admin Console. It is assumed that you have all the relevant HR schemas used in the sample application created in an Oracle database instance. It is assumed that you have Oracle JDeveloper 11G-R2 installed. It is assumed that you have Identity Repository installed. For this, for the purpose of this tutorial, I've installed Oracle Unified Directory Server to act as our Identity Repository. I've already created the identities and the groups concerned. Alright, let's get started. We'll first look at an overview of the application, what it does and what it's all about. Okay, the application allows employees to query the HR database for information about their own accounts and accounts of their fellow employees. The application is designed such that sensitive data is only displayed to the users with privileged access. Security on the application is implemented to disable panel tabs, fields, and buttons based on the user's authentication state and the user's role membership. To achieve the above, the application leverages groups defined in the company X access LDAP repository to define which group of users have access to what components inside the application. For the scope of this tutorial, the actors identified in the application are S. King will be the HR manager, B. Coos will be the manager within the context of the application, David Favetti will be just a normal employee. Okay. At the moment, the application uses Oracle ADF security feature. On the home.gsf page, I'll show you the page on the design view of the application inside JDeveloper. So it uses ADF security on the home.gsf page to enable and disable panel tabs based on the user's authentication state and the person's role membership. Like I've already alluded, that the tutorial will demonstrate how we will disable the ADF security and replace it with Oracle Entitlement Server for access control. The sample application at the moment using the ADF security enforces the following security rules. The home tab is public and accessible by all. Other tabs only require the user to be authenticated. The user profile tab enables the manager to create new reporting employees. Only HR managers are allowed to change the employee salary for existing employees. All managers can define the salary of the new records. The management salary review tab is enabled for managers. The employee search tab allows all the users to search for employee records. However, only HR managers are allowed to edit employees in this context. A hidden tab called HR managers only is read-only for all the managers except managers for whom it is enabled. So for the scope of this tutorial, we will first secure. I'll first demonstrate how to secure the management salary overview tab, so that it's only visible to the managers. Then I'll demonstrate how to secure an ADF field, which will only allow HR managers to make changes to it. Then I'll demonstrate how to disable the create employee button that will only allow managers to have access to that button. All right, let's have an overview of what the application, how the application is designed. Before you run this application, just make sure that the connection details to the database are correct. To do that, just go to the application to view, then go to database, then click on database navigator, drop down your project and right click on the connection. Just verify that where you created your HR schema, that you can be able to connect to that database. Do a test connection. All right, click OK. Then to run the application, just right click on drop down view controller, right click on home.gsf and run the application. I've already ran the application. Oh, sorry. To download this application, just use the following URL to download the application, and then just import it inside OES, inside Oracle Entitlement, inside JDeveloper. I've rerun the application, and this is how the application looks like. At the moment, the home tab is only visible to unauthenticated users. So we will log in. We will log in with an account that doesn't have privileges. David Vetti. Welcome one. Okay, because David Vetti is just a normal employee who doesn't have privileges, he only has access to two tabs: the user profile tab, employee search tab. And you'll notice that the management salary overview tab has been disabled, and this is achieved by the ADF security. But for the purpose of the tutorial, we will use Oracle Entitlement Server to enforce security on this tab. Let's log out and log in back with an account that is a manager. Okay, I'll log back in as a manager account, Arnold. Welcome one. You'll notice that the Alexander Arnold has access to 3 tabs: user profile, management salary overview tab, employee search tab. These are the tabs that he has access to. You'll notice that the HR Managers Only tab is disabled because he's not the HR manager, so he doesn't have privileges to access the tab. So this again is the security on this tab is managed by the ADF security, which will disable to replace it with Oracle Entitlement Server. Let's log in back with an account that is an HR. Welcome one. You'll notice that the HR, Stephen King is both an HR manager and he's a manager as well. So he has access to all the tabs inside the application, including the HR Managers Only tab. So all of this security is actually done by the ADF security feature. All right. For the first thing we will attempt to secure, we're using Oracle Entitlement Server, is the management salary overview tab, so that it's only visible to the managers and the HR managers, not the normal employee. To do that, we first need to you first need to identify what resource types and actions will be defined inside OES, and to do that you need to do an identity a policy modeling analysis exercise. So I've already defined this. So this row just outlines what we will protect. So we'll protect the management salary overview tab. This will be a resource inside OES and will be of type panel tabs. These are the actions that will be performed, will be granted on that tab. And then you have to identify what users will actually have access to the resource inside the application. And in this instance, I've identified that members of the manager group and members of the HR manager group will have access to the salary overview tab, and they will have access to the view and open action. All right, let's get started with defining these resources inside OES. To get started, we will define an application container that will house all of the OES components that will be required to establish security for our sample application. The first thing we'll need to do, we need to define an application inside Oracle Entitlement Server.